Hey everyone, Pointy Jake. I saw a video by PM2OG, and like I said, I draw a lot of inspiration from him, but he was talking about axis lock and the new Omega spring from the new 710 and all of that. And I was gonna make a video about that anyway, because I had a gentleman I work with ask a couple of questions about Benchmade and the axis lock and just general lock questions and crossbar lock questions and things like that. So I just wanted to run through some of that stuff and just show my favorite Benchmade knife as well in this video, and just kind of show the mechanism, how it works, where I think Benchmade is going to go with this, and the excitement around it. So anyway, let's get into it. So I broke down one of my bug outs here, and so basically this is an axis lock. This is I think Benchmade has owned the patent since the late 90s. But what this is this here is your Omega spring, right? And this is your crossbar. So this is your axis lock. This is connected to your liner. And what this does is, as you can watch that spring as this knife comes open, so it comes back, and that bar is going to go right in front of that, or right on top of that knife as it goes forward. And now you pull it back, and then it's going to lock into this slot right here to close. See how this spring is like that? All right, and then see, I'm not putting any force. Obviously you can open it, from the lock itself, but blade comes forward, that lock goes on top of the blade on that flat, and that's how your axis lock works. So this is your Omega spring. There's one on each side. So there's a liner, you can see the spring right there. And so there's one that's connected in each liner. So if you take that spring out, we can take that spring out. So that is your Omega spring. So it's kind of just like a little steel, bar bent to connect that back together. I'm actually going to do this while it's closed so I don't cut myself. If you're a knife guy, you've cut yourself. It is what it is. Anyway, I usually just click this thing back into the bar personally. It's been a while since I've done it, but like that. And I just bend this down. Hit my camera. Just bend it. Put it back into that. There's a little slot there on the liner where that goes, and then it's functional again. So that's your axis lock, right? So what PM2OG was saying, he was talking about how he misses he was talking about the Anthem, which this is my favorite Benchmade knife. Why they discontinue it, I understand why. This is a piece of a solid billet titanium. It is expensive to manufacture. I understand why they stopped making it, but it even if they made one that's not solid billet, and they did have to make it in two pieces, I would understand that. But if they came out with a more affordable version of this, that would be awesome. Or with the new Axis, and we'll get into that, but with the new Axis, the better system that it sounds like they're going towards. But what's awesome about this, obviously it's gorgeous, solid billet titanium. you know, these milled little grooves here, 20 CV, so awesome edge retention. But what I love most about this is, see that you got a pin and spring in there. So these screws, obviously it's solid billet, so you can't have liners or anything. These screws are what's in that piece down there. So there's a rod and spring, and that's what activates this lock. So it is more linear. So this isn't gonna wear out for an extremely long time. That Omega spring, which by the way, I mean, if you tinker a lot, they're cheap. You can buy them. Benchmade's warranty is amazing though. They're super easy to work with. They're amazing people over there in their warranty department. If you don't want to tinker with it, just send it to them. They're going to take care of you. They're great. But this is just, it's going to last a long time. I love it. This is my favorite knife they've ever done. It's beautiful. As well as the locking mechanism itself. I mean, just look at that. Anyway, let's move on from that. Beautiful knife. I love the locking mechanism. So let's move on to something else. Part of the reason why I love that so much is when I saw Microtech come out with their MSI and their ram lock system, I was like, that is amazing. See something very similar there, right? You see what I see? Ram lock, right? So if you're in the market for a tank, now this is a big knife. If you don't like big knives, don't buy this knife. You're not gonna like carrying it. But if you don't mind a bigger knife, if they come out with a smaller version of this, that would be cool. I love this thing. I mean, this is an absolute tank of a knife, and it has, now this is gonna be a heavier piece because of this ram lock. This ram lock is gonna, I mean, the cost is weight, but it's durable. This is gonna last an extremely long time with how, you know, it's linear. It's, you know, a rod and spring versus, you know, this thinner piece. That's not to say that this is a bad mechanism. I mean, this is gonna outlast most normal use. So I'm not dogging this at all. I mean, I have 3 bug outs. So, and I don't know how many Benchmades I have. I mean, I have 3 sitting on this table right now. So, yeah. But Microtech in general, if you want to get into Microtech and you don't want to pay that automatic price, get an MSI. I mean, I think they're just slightly over that 200 mark. But you're getting M390 MK and this ram lock system. Gorgeous. I mean, if you don't like purple, they obviously have, you know, black FDE, OD green, your normal cool tactical colors. But that's another excellent way that's being done. Another benefit of this style lock, your axis lock, your things like that, it's ambidextrous. So crossbar lock, axis lock, ram lock. Another person that does it, or group that does it really well, is Spyderco. Spyderco has their ball bearing lock on their Manix 2, which is really cool. I don't have one of those, but check that out if you're looking for something like that. All excellent options. You know, right-handed, left-handed, this is perfect for you. You know, ambidextrous, you don't have to worry about lefties. You don't have to worry about buying a left-handed auto. You don't have to worry about buying a left-handed lock. You don't have to worry about your, if this is a frame lock, I don't have to worry about my finger crossing over the plane of the edge when it's going to close. That's the beauty of that as well. So like my frame lock here, when I go to close, this is my Chavez, but when I go to close this, my thumb has to cross over where this edge has to go in order to close. Now, if you're a knife person, that's no problem. but you know, there's people that aren't knife people and they cut themselves. But that's the benefit of, you know, a crossbar style lock, axis lock, ram lock, you name it, ball bearing lock. So yeah, but this is made for right-handed people. You know, if you want a left-handed integral lock or frame lock, this side would have to have the lock side, right? So that's what's awesome about these. So I hope you learned something from this, or at least got something from this. But also, the last thing, when you're looking at the new, so the 710 has a new lock, axis lock. So this is what they've been doing for a long time. The new one is almost like, it's like a leaf spring. So you're upgrading from this style to a thicker, you're going from, I actually brought these out specifically to talk about this. You're going from this to this, right? So imagine this being folded up for your axis lock, and now this is being bent into your axis lock. That's the difference between the new 710 axis lock and the current setup in the axis lock. So I really hope they keep going forward with this and what their axis lock system sees in the future. So it'll still stay lightweight, but that thing is amazing. I'm really trying not to curse, but it is awesome. I mean, it's like a leaf spring. Imagine like a leaf spring being coiled up, versus this, which again, not dogging it, but if you can upgrade that system and still keep it lightweight, which they have, and I really they keep pushing that technology forward, and they're staying ahead of the game. I mean, everyone's got a crossbar style lock now, but they've made it better. And if they put that in a bug out, I'm buying 3 more. I'll buy 4 more. And then I'm gonna buy more scales. You know what I mean? So that's super exciting. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, anything like that, hopefully this video helped. I know it's kind of long, but if you got any questions or anything, holler at me. If I don't know the answer, I promise I'll find the answer for you. Yeah, Pointy Jake, give me a follow, give me a shout out. Love you guys. Bye.